All right, so as of January 16th, listings have been somewhat rocketing in the Real Estate Board of Greater Vancouver. Previously, in December last month, we had 1,400 new listings and 1,450 sales. So actually, more sales than there were listings. However, as of January 16th, now there's like 1,200 listings and only 300 sales. So listings are rocketing up and sales are not keeping pace. And in this video, I'm gonna cover why there could possibly be more selling pressure on the way. And they're not the reasons that you might think there would be more selling pressure. So stay tuned for that. I'm That Agent Kelly. I talk about Canadian real estate and I talk about my local market of Abbotsford and the Fraser Valley. I post every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So if you get any value or entertainment from these videos, you can subscribe, please, and like the video. And if you'd like to chat about buying or selling real estate, you can scroll down into the description. Book yourself right in my calendar with that Calendly link I got there for a time that's convenient for you. All right, so as I was saying before, listings have been skyrocketing, skyrocketing in the Real Estate Board of Greater Vancouver. I'm just gonna cover a few reasons why there could be some more selling pressure going forward that are not reasons that you might typically think there would be more selling pressure. So the only thing that's been holding prices relatively stable in the last 4 months is the fact that we still have extremely low inventory. However, if that were to change and we were to get a massive wave of listings, I think prices would come down pretty sharply and pretty quickly, I guess. All right, so the first reason why I think there could be massive selling pressure is people on private loans. So these loans are typically 6-month to 1-year terms, as high as 2-year terms, but the most common that I've seen is a 1-year term for a private loan. So last year, after the market had fallen, appraisals weren't coming out, rates had went up so fast that people couldn't qualify for conventional financing. If people bought homes with longer closing dates, or they bought pre-sales or pre-construction homes or whatever it may be, instead of going through the typical A lender, which is your bank, they actually had to go through private financing to close on the home with the hope that, in a year or 2 years or whatever it may be, when rates came back down, they'd be able to refinance into a conventional loan. And honestly, I've personally had quite a few people reach out to me in this exact situation. Hey man, I'm in a private loan, what should I do? Blah, 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 blah. I've tried to help them. I've tried to put them to my good brokers and stuff like that, and nothing has really materialized. So a lot of people are just kind of stuck in this situation. They can't refinance, they're stuck paying the private loan, so on and so forth. The problem with this is that a lot of these loans are going to be coming up for renewal pretty soon. And unlike a bank, if you're in a negative equity situation with a bank, meaning let's just say you bought $1 million home that's worth 800 grand, actually let's make it worth $750,000 today on a 20% down payment. If it's worth $1 million, you put down 200 and now it's worth 750. So every single cent that you put down is gone. And in fact, you actually owe the bank 800 grand, but the house will only sell for 750, meaning if you actually sell that home, you still owe the bank 50 grand. But typically what a bank will do when you come up for renewal, if you're in a negative equity situation, all they really care about most of the time is that, are you still paying that mortgage? It's usually in the bank's best interest to just let you keep paying the mortgage, assuming that you're paying it every month and you're paying it on time. Hey, let's just let this guy keep paying the mortgage. We'll get our money back slowly, but hopefully surely, instead of going through the court proceeding process, hiring a lawyer, hiring a realtor, paying all those fees, only to accept a loss anyways. And then we'll have to go after the homeowner after the fact to get the rest of our money. We'll have to go to court with that homeowner. It just doesn't make sense for them. It makes more sense for them to just let you keep paying back the loan slowly over time. However, with private lenders, a lot of these lenders will likely choose to force a sale, or maybe not choose, maybe not the vast majority, but there will be a lot of private lenders that choose to force a sale instead of renewing your term for another year. A lot of private lenders are individuals or mortgage investment corporations, MICs, and they are asking for their money back. So this is already happening right now. I just expect to see more of it start happening in the spring and maybe early summer. So if these lenders choose to not renew for another term, another year, another 6 months, or whatever it may be, now the original borrower, the person who owns the home, will have to find another lender who's willing to take on the asset and lend on that asset to pay back the original private lender. And if they cannot find another lender to pay that lender back, this lender will likely force a sale to get their money back. They will force the homeowner to sell in this current market to get their money back. So why would a private lender actually want to get their money back? Why would they force that sale to begin with? Well, one reason is that MICs are receiving withdrawal requests from investors that want their money back in their pocket. Therefore, these MICs need liquid capital to pay back these investors. Now, I'm not going to go through the entirety of how an MIC works, but basically, people give the MIC money, hey, invest this money for me and just earn me a fixed return. I'll give you this money at 6%, and then the MIC charges you, 12% for a mortgage. And they're paying their investors 6%. Well, now the investors are asking for their money back, basically. And another reason why they may choose to call your loan is that property values have, fallen so fast, so significantly, that these lenders are just deciding it's too risky to renew your loan, right? Because if the loan, when you bought the house, was $1 million and you put up $200,000 as a 20% down payment, and now the house is worth $800,000, you have no money invested. So they have no security from you to make sure that you're going to keep doing what you said you were going to keep doing, which is paying the mortgage, right? If you have no money invested, no nothing, and then the property value drops another $200,000, then they have to force a sale. Well, now they have to go to court to sue you, which who knows how long that process is, right? So it's usually in their best interest to just force the sale now. Well, they're only losing $20,000 or $50,000 or whatever it may be, instead of having to come after you later on. Especially, they might even be renewing your mortgage at an even higher rate than when you initially took it out as well. So they have no security and they have no idea how you're going to keep paying that mortgage. They may choose to just force a sale instead. And the number 2 reason, this one's pretty interesting. Subscribe and like the video for more content like this. No, but number 2 is divorces. Divorces are on the rise. I wish I had some statistics to show you that would prove my point or some citations or not, but realistically, this is just a boots on the ground, what I'm seeing in the field. I've gone to a few listing appointments for divorcees. I know one realtor whose last 6 listings have come from divorces, and I know another realtor whose 6 out of 8 of their last listings have come from divorces. And I've even seen some articles on the news and stuff like that of all the divorces going on. So divorces, I think, could add some selling pressure to this market. And here's the thing, in divorces, more often than not, the divorcees will have to sell the home because they need to divide their assets and split up their capital and whatever. So they have to sell that home. They obviously a lot of the times don't want to sell that home, right? The market's down. It's not the best time to sell depending on what you're doing, but a lot of the times they don't have a choice. They need to sell that home. And if there's more and more divorces going on just due to the fact that, there's a lot of political division, there's, inflation, the cost of living has gone up significantly. Like, there's a lot of stuff to be arguing about right now with your significant other. And this is why I think divorces are on the rise. And I think going forward into next year, the financial pressures are probably going to cause a lot more divorces, which will lead to more selling pressure and more financial hardship, most likely. And number 3, it's too expensive here, man. The affordability, people are going to Alberta. With rates going up some more here and some mortgages coming up for renewal, I expect more people to keep moving to Alberta. It seems like every day I talk to somebody, or every day I talk to a lot of people, right? I'm a realtor, that's my job. I talk to people all day, every day, and at least once a day I hear about somebody moving to Alberta. So that one's pretty cut and dry and straightforward. If you're thinking about buying or selling, you can scroll down and book yourself right in my calendar. We can have a chat. And if you enjoyed this content, please subscribe. Help me get it out to more people, man. And we'll see you on the next video. Peace.